Shadows in San Francisco. San Francisco glittered under the golden lights of the bay as Nicole walked along Fisherman's Wharf, the ocean breeze brushing against her face. On the outside, her life looked perfect. She was the manager of a downtown bank, lived in a modern apartment in Nob Hill, and was married to Walter, a successful architect admired by everyone. But behind closed doors, cracks were spreading through her marriage. Walter came home later and later. Their romantic dinners at places like Cliff House had turned into excuses and canceled plans. His phone was always face down. His shirt smelled of a perfume that wasn't hers. Nicole's heart whispered the truth she didn't want to face. One evening, at a charity gala at the Fairmont Hotel, she finally saw it. Walter was standing too close to a striking blonde woman with piercing green eyes. The woman laughed, her hand lingering on Walter's arm. Nicole forced a smile as she was introduced. "This is Madison," Walter said, almost too casually. "She's a designer I'm working with." That night, Nicole's doubts turned into certainty. A week later, unable to ignore the gnawing pain, she followed him. She watched from a cab window as Walter walked into a small cafe in the Marina District. Through the glass, she saw it. Walter leaning in, kissing Madison as if he'd done it 100 times before. Her heart broke into 1,000 pieces. Nicole went home, shut the bedroom door, and cried until sunrise. The man she had loved for 4 years was no longer hers, but life had its own twist waiting. While walking across Union Square, Nicole bumped into Ethan, a college friend who now ran a popular restaurant in North Beach. Ethan had always been kind, with a quiet charm that made people feel safe. When he invited her for coffee, Nicole agreed. What started as casual conversation soon became something deeper. Ethan listened to her like no one else. He reminded her of who she used to be, joyful, full of dreams before Walter's betrayal consumed her. One night, after a walk across the glowing Golden Gate Bridge, Nicole let herself surrender. Ethan's kiss was different, tender, honest, full of warmth. For the first time in months, she felt alive. But secrets don't stay hidden in San Francisco. One evening, Walter came home earlier than usual. Nicole was in the living room, her phone unlocked on the table. A message from Ethan flashed on the screen. "I can't stop thinking about you. Tonight at the restaurant." Like always, the silence was suffocating. Walter picked up the phone, his jaw tightening. "Who is Ethan?" he demanded. Nicole's hands trembled, but her voice didn't. "The man who was there when you abandoned me. The man who reminded me what love feels like." Walter slammed his fist against the table, anger burning in his eyes. "You betrayed me, Nicole." She stared back at him, her voice steady. "No, Walter. You betrayed us first." That night, Nicole packed her suitcase. As she drove down the steep hills of San Francisco, the city lights shimmered like a new beginning. She didn't know exactly what future awaited her with Ethan, but one thing was certain. She would never again settle for crumbs of affection. In the distance, the Golden Gate Bridge glowed against the night sky. No longer just a landmark, but a promise of freedom.